Hi, I'm Luke.
And I'm Josh.
And these are our top questions about scalability. I'm the senior cloud consultant within the Brighton office, so I help customers migrate to the cloud or away from other providers and work with them for their scalability demands as they take on more customers, for example.
I'm one of our account managers here at Hyve, also in the Brighton office. My job is to basically give customers love, make sure they're getting the best out of our services and perform upgrades on their existing platforms. Scalability plays a big part of that.
Who's doing the first one?
Oh, you can do the first one.
Am I ripping?
Yeah.
No.
It's like it has been.
What is cloud scalability? That could be a few things. It could be related to a few things. It could be scaling up resources on our enterprise cloud, for instance. So let's say you've taken on another customer and you need horizontal scaling, whereby you're adding a server. Or there could be vertical scaling where you're actually upgrading what's already there and adding CPU or RAM or disk space, which is very common. It's essentially the growth of your platform from a compute perspective.
If you could have stuck this worse, that would have been great. Why is scalability important? Scalability is important because let's say there's an event like Black Friday where you're expecting a lot more traffic to hit your systems. Being able to have scalability on the fly is really important for times like that because you know that there's going to be a lot more traffic, so you need to accommodate for that.
By adding these resources with the increased traffic, you can help prevent any sort of downtime, and that can be up or down in terms of scalability. So it could be a temporary scale up for key events, Christmas, Black Friday, or a marketing campaign, hopefully that was communicated beforehand that's going to increase traffic to your website, for instance. What are the types of scalability? So I broke it down in the sort of first question. Maybe we can dive a bit deeper into it. This could be very much bespoke around your platform. It could be very simple. It could be a little bit more in-depth. Let's take a simple one, for example. It could be storage. You could just need more data store for a customer coming on board, for instance. It could be more CPU being applied to a VM because you have more intensive workloads that are occurring or that will occur. Or RAM, for instance, you may be scaling up a database. As we know, databases love using RAM, so we'll add more RAM to account for the higher workloads that's now carrying out.
It's what the requirement is, isn't it?
Can't wait.
What are some of the risks of scalability? I suppose there's a few, really. You could not scale up your platform enough to accommodate for increased traffic, which would result in the platform falling over and creating some downtime.
If you're with a hyperscaler, for instance, I'll let you work out who I might be speaking about. If you forget to scale down, you could get a huge unwanted bill. So yeah, that could be a risk. Of course, you wouldn't get that with Hyve because we'd be looking after you. You might be using resources that you already have applied to your private cloud where we've given you bespoke hardware with bespoke resources. So we're already accounting for you using those extra resources when appropriate, or on our enterprise cloud when we can sort of dictate when you scale up and when you scale down.
If you don't have a managed hosting provider like Hyve, and you're trying to do it in-house and it's all on-prem, those resources are fixed and it might not be able to accommodate what you need it to do. So it's going to create a massive headache. And if you're not very tech savvy, that's not good.
Also has a huge effect on future projects, for instance. So if you want to be working on something for the business moving forward and you're locked into your resources, you're waiting until you refresh that hardware. Oh, that is a long one.
What have we got?
What are the requirements for a company wanting in-house cloud scalability?
Say more words.
This comes in different forms. So an example, I've had customers looking to use new database technology and reach out to us to manage that for them. It could be anything from upgrading their SQL server to carrying out different functions, to carrying out different services for their end users, like always on, for instance. And they haven't had the experience that we have in using that. So whilst they're scaling up, they can also use our expertise to run and manage it moving forward.
Where we work is like an extension of our customers' businesses, so we're giving them the most that we can do so that they're getting the best service.
Absolutely.
For more information about scalability and how Hyve can help, visit us at hyve.com.